So what do you do as a follow-up after you make a film about the potential end of the Earth via comet impact? A story that's been told many times, although possibly for the first time from the perspective solely of the people on the ground. Nobody up in space, nobody up in orbit, nobody trying to save humanity. This is a whole different type of story, right? One in which hope is essentially lost. Let's salvage what we can. Watch humanity fall apart in the process. As would happen in this case. We make that movie, COVID shuts down the theaters, it's relegated strictly straight to video. Nobody sees it, hardly anybody hears of it. You're streaming it, you're finding it at your local Redbox. That's about it, right? Well, lo and behold, 5 years later, sequel time. But what do you do as a follow-up to something like that? Well, you drive it right off a cliff, apparently. Greenland 2 Migration. I mean, props to them for putting a proper number 2 in their sequel. They could have just left it at Greenland 2. We don't need a migration in the title, but hey, okay. But we got the 2 in there, and I like that. I miss numbered sequels. The colon title thing, just not a fan, that's all I'm saying. So I'll do a little bit of homework here prior to recording. Greenland 2, 138 minutes. Premieres in 2026. Directed by Rick Roman Waugh, same director as the first film. Chris Sparling, written by same writer as the first film. However, he's joined by Mitchell LaFortune, a man with exactly 3 writing credits to his name, including Greenland 2. Did this newcomer destroy this movie? Somebody had to. Even going so far as just, I don't know who writes synopsises on Internet Movie Database for their films. But let's peek real quick at this single sentence that describes what this movie is. The surviving Garrity family must leave the safety of the Greenland bunker and embark on a perilous journey across the decimated frozen wasteland of Europe to find a new home. Well, let's unpack that for a second. 1, the film opens with pretty much the blatant destruction of the Greenland bunker. So no, we're not leaving the safety of said bunker. It probably didn't exist within moments of them leaving. 2, embark on a perilous journey across the decimated frozen wasteland of Europe to find a new home. At no point was this wasteland frozen, like at all, anywhere. Were any of these characters particularly cold at any point in time? Not that I can recall. Day or night, no frozen wasteland. So where does it all go wrong? I mean, post-synopsis, of course. We start right off with Morena Baccarin's character of Allison, the wife and mother. She plays, in the first film, believable, concerned, emotional, yet brave mother, fighting to keep her son safe and ultimately her family together. Strictly as a mother, a wife, an emotional anchor, solid support. This is her role, and it's perfectly fine. Who is she in Greenland 2, which picks up 5 years later? She's on whatever leadership council running this Greenland bunker. Why? I don't know. What qualifies her for a position? I don't know. How did she get there? I don't know. She's only there because she was married to the man who was selected to be there because of his background, his skill set for rebuilding humanity once the dust settles, right? And now she's there running the show. Okay. All right. And guess who is the stand-up, take charge in an increasingly role throughout the length of this movie? You got it. It's Allison. Consequently, the rock, the firmament, the driving force behind survival, knowledge, skill, saving this family in the first film, John, played by Gerard Butler, is now almost a circumstantial character in this film. He is there. Sometimes he's there to carry the air quality meter or the luggage or to yell things. He's no longer the driving force. At best, he's maybe the hope, the heart, almost like taking his wife's place from the first film. We will get to safety. I will get you to safety. That's the last thing I do. I will get you to safety. But is he actually the one doing it? I'm not necessarily so sure. That's problem number 2. Problem number 3, the entirety of the plot of the first film hinges around this young son of this couple, Nathan, and his diabetes, crippling diabetes, enough so that it jeopardized this family being able to go to this bunker because they weren't accepting anybody with illness. And that is something that got missed in the screening process when people were being selected to go underground to rebuild society later. They didn't want anybody that had underlying medical conditions that could sap resources, take up space, so forth and so on. It's a perfectly logical, I think, approach as far as that goes. Didn't stop them from getting let into the first film in the sense of desperation when pretty much anybody and everybody was able to get in if essentially they were able to get there. And I can almost understand that too, right? Because, okay, well, you have a natural selection process of people you want to bring into this bunker to ensure certain skills, abilities, and everything else for rebuilding the world after the fact. Okay. But there's no guarantee that within this limited space of time and everything falling apart as this comet's approach, that everybody's going to get there and get there safely. So it stands to reason that there would be vacancies at the end. It's like, okay, well, we might as well fill these beds with people who could be beneficial to our society in the future. Okay, good. So they got there. They're situated or whatever else. But again, this kid's diabetes, both as a catalyst and as an ongoing issue, were central to the film's plot and its complications for the family. 5 years later, we have a sequel. Diabetes is mentioned once as this family is about to flee the bunker. Hey, Nathan, make sure you grab your your insulin. And that's pretty much it. Never mentioned again. Like, kid never had diabetes at all whatsoever. Just gone. Okay. Problem number 3. Problem number 4. Things in the bunker aren't going so well. They need to leave. The place is not doing so great. Resources are running out. Air quality is worse than expected. So initial plans to leave the bunker and start reestablishing society keep getting pushed back. And consequently, resources are failing. At the same time, there's a lot of surviving, let's just say, refugees out in the world trying to find a place to survive. How and why that's possible, not really addressed, but they're out there. So there's always that fight within, right? The conflict within the bunker. Do we let the people in and sacrifice more resources and spread us even thinner, or do we turn them away so that we can focus on doing the work we need to do with the resources we have for us? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, of course, Allison is the voice of compassion, of empathy. Let them in, everybody. I'll give up my bed if it saves one life. Come on in. Yeah. Well, when it comes time to leave, or talk about leaving, to find somewhere else because things just aren't working there anymore, there's always all this talk about radiation and the air quality and everything else outside the bunker. What do? We can't survive out there. We need masks. We need protective gear. We need this. We need that. Well, that's addressed and it's there. It's discussed. But when it comes time to, holy crap, we need to flee. Let's grab our stuff. Let's grab our bags. Let's grab our masks and go. Gotta go now. Great. Okay. Well, then all kinds of conflict ensues. Well, guess what? Everybody loses their mask. Well, we got our air quality meter. Okay. Well, the air is not great, but it's as bad as we expected right here. Okay. 10 minutes later, check the air quality meter. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a little bit better. Okay. 10 minutes later, check it out. Yep. Air's good. For the rest of the movie, air's good. We got air concerns for about 20 minutes, air quality concerns and radiation for about 20 minutes. Okay, we've established those are issues, but guess what? Now everything's fine. Let's just go. We don't need protective gear anymore. We don't need masks anymore. We don't even need to check the meter anymore. We're good. Let's just get to where we're going. And where are they going? The crater, were the biggest of the impacts from this comet breaking up and hitting Earth, because it's surmised that within this crater, through Hollywood movie magic, everything within it would be fine. Say nothing of all the radiation and everything, the bad air quality that came from the impact. Inside the crater is okay. No. I don't know if I've ever shaken my head so much in the screening as I did last Thursday. But I don't want it to all be negative, right? I do have one praise for this film, and one only, because there wasn't really anything particularly great about it. And the one good thing I will say is this. I'm no expert on this subject at all, but it is something that I've touched on and been exploring, at least lightly, recently. And that is what happens or has potentially happened to our planet from large comet or asteroidal impacts on the surface. So part of or I should say the biggest reason this family and everybody else has to vacate and leave this Greenland bunker is because of earthquakes, tremors, environmental difficulties. And well, what causes them? Well, it's never actually really talked about. So all the things I'm going to praise are there, they're presented, but they're never discussed, explained, or presented as this is what the thing is, right? So predominantly speaking, where are these earthquakes coming from? What I have learned in my recent studies is that an impact, a severe enough impact from a large enough extraterrestrial material will hit the ground with so much force that it's not just a surface impact, it has consequences beneath the mantle, right? So that's going to cause pressures on the Earth. It creates new fault lines. It causes volcanic eruptions. Because that impact is like squeeze an orange, right? Punch an orange. Is the skin going to break? Is it going to tear? Is orange juice going to squirt out into your eye and burn it where you're running to the kitchen? Oh, my eye. Yeah, probably, right? So it is showing us, without not telling us, so there's no educational purpose there, that the impact of this comet has altered the surface of our planet. It's still technically habitable, but we've got new fault lines, we've got new earthquakes, we've got new volcanic activity. This is what's sprouting up because there was an impact just near this bunker in Greenland, and it's causing problems. Later on in the film, you see an area where was once a body of water that it is no longer because the ground has risen up and the water is dissipated. So boom, you impact here, Earth shifts, things rise, tectonic plates stress and push and so forth and so on. They do their thing, forces the water out. There is no more water here. Or alternatively, a new fissure opens up from a new fault line, which could potentially be what we're seeing, because again, it's not explained. There's no scientists anywhere here to be able to say, hey, look, this is what's going on. It's just average Joe people. Get a chasm, opens up, water drains in, gets dispersed underground, gets heated up, evaporates. Who knows? It doesn't tell us anything. But this is a thing that is discussed when you're presented with ancient asteroidal and comet extraterrestrial impacts on the planet. It's there. It's presented. But no knowledge is given to you from it. But that's about the only thing I can say, hey, I think this was done well and done right as a presence in the film, if not really an aspect of it to say, well, why is this a thing? It is there. I see it, but why? I know a lot of people complain about too much exposition in films, and it's always better to show versus tell. It's great. But because I know a thing, because I've done a little bit of homework and listening to lectures and things like that over the last year on this kind of subject, I know a little bit, so I can recognize it when I see it on screen. But who else? I mean, seriously. Not that I'm patting myself on the back or anything. I'm saying the average moviegoer, do they even know about this kind of thing? I'm not going to. Who told them? I mean, it's not like it's on the radio every day. Greenland to migration. Let's just say Greenland, my Blu-ray over here, he's going to be lonely because Greenland 2 is not going to be joining it in the library here when it comes out. It's not. I don't ever want to see that movie again. I did not like it. I do not like Greenland, eggs, and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am. Did you see Greenland 2? Migration? Do you have anything to say about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think of my rantings? The word box is available for your typing pleasure. Make use, please, by all means. I'm going to go now. I've talked too much. I've talked too long. I need to edit and post and search for thumbnails. I will see you next time. Thank you all for joining me. My return to movie reviewdom, for better or worse. Until next time, I'm going to make like a tree and get out of here.